Mistaking the CEO for a Gigolo novel audiobook. Chapter 5. Do you remember now? His voice was bone-chilling, as if it came from the depths of hell. Frightened out of her mind, Nicole skirted around him. He can't stay here. If the 3 kids come looking for me. With this train of thought, she made a mad dash for the exit. Evan's gaze darkened, and he quickly went after her. She's running. So, it's really her. Nicole panted as she ran. When she looked over her shoulder, she couldn't help herself from swearing like a trooper. Why can't I seem to lose him? Gah! Is he even human? How is he so fast? During the past few years of staying abroad, she was only given the opportunity to gain medical skills. No one taught her how to escape from a dire situation. If someone did, she wouldn't be running for her life right now. Suddenly, Nicole was pushed to the ground. It really is you. Evan's demonic voice sounded from above her. Nicole inhaled sharply from the pain and looked up to see Evan's glacial expression. She was slightly dazed, and an idea came up to her. Instantly, she schooled her features to show a look of confusion. I know. I'll just pretend to be clueless. Who are you? Evan frowned slightly before releasing a cold snort. I guess I'll just have to refresh your memory a little bit. With that, he hauled her up from the ground and mercilessly dragged her with him. Help! He is kidnapping me. This is sexual harassment. Help me! Nicole's screams for help were cut off when the back of her neck was suddenly karate chopped. Instantly, her vision went dark, and she passed out immediately after. Half an hour later, a bucket of ice-cold water was dumped onto Nicole, waking her up with a jolt while looking like a wet rat. She opened her eyes and wiped her face in panic. Then, she spotted Evan staring at her with a terrifying expression on his face. Where am I? Her eyes darted around the space as memories flooded her mind in raging torrents. Everything's over. I've really fallen into Evan Seet's hands. Do you remember who I am now? Nicole froze up and shook her head vigorously, still feigning ignorance. Does this place seem familiar? Nicole's heart skipped a beat. 5 years ago, it was in this room that she had assumed he was Gigolo. No. Then, I guess I'll just have to make you remember. As soon as he said that, Nicole was picked up from the ground and thrown onto the bed. This particular action of Evan's resembled hers from 5 years ago when she had roughly pushed him onto the bed. Mimicking her actions 5 years ago, he got on top of her body and tapped her cheek. If you still don't remember, then I am going to. Nicole's heart galloped in her chest, and her cheeks heated up. No. I remember now. I remember. You Mr. Seet. Evan released a wicked chuckle before getting off her. He then took off his coat and flung it aside with a look of disgust on his face. Good. Now that you remember. Any last words? What? Does Evan Seet want me dead that bad? How brutal. What happened 5 years ago was an accident. Mr. Seet. You're the president of Seet Group. You can't take a person's life just because of an accident. It'll ruin your reputation. Don't worry. No one would dare say a single word without my permission. But you can't. You shouldn't even be alive. You died in a car accident 5 years ago. Remember. I'd be doing you a favor. Nicole was speechless. Whatever Nicole planned to say next got stuck in her throat, and she stayed silent for quite a while. Evan scrutinized her with a vicious gleam in his eyes. What a cruel woman. To fake her death, she was willing to abandon her newborn child. A woman like her is unworthy to be a mother. When he thought about all those times Kyle cried for his mother, the bitter resentment he had for Nicole intensified. Noticing Evan's eyes grow colder with each passing second, Nicole felt that the odds were against her, and her life was hanging in the balance. She could almost feel the flames of hell licking her skin. I came back to save a life. not to throw my own away. If I die, what will happen to my children? Died in a car crash. Consider this granting your wish. Hearing that, all color drained from Nicole's face. She was about to beg for mercy when Evan's phone rang. He glanced at it and swiftly answered the call. Mr. Seet, you must come back quickly. Kyle's condition is worsening. Welcome to download the Bravonovel App. Read the novel Mistaking the CEO for a Gigolo online and get the latest updates.